Hi, so this question appeared in the EdgeRater forum just recently, so I thought I'd put a video together to answer it. And the question is, it's saying that in the video there was a webinar that I did, and then in that webinar I gave an example of running a simulation on the Russell 2000 to check for what happens with the 10 biggest gainers on a daily basis. So I'm going to go ahead and run that simulation now, show exactly how it can be set up. So over in EdgeRater here, when I did the test in the video, I used the Russell 2000, so I'll select the Russell 2000 symbol list over here, Russell 2000. This is updated through 6/14, so June 14th, that was Friday. And then what I'm going to do is choose a selector, and I'm going to choose in the list of system indicators, there's an indicator called always true. And if I double click on that, it puts it into the, I'm on entries, by the way, so it put it into the entries. Now if I run this simulator, if I did it just now, it would select all of these stocks, 1903, every single day, because of the always true, which gives a 1 value indicating a signal has occurred every day for every one of those stocks. But we don't want to do that. We want to choose the top 10 in terms of percentage gain. So there is a rank selector possibility. If you come down to rank selectors over here, and you can choose top N. If I double click on that, it goes over into the rank selectors side, and I can say N is going to be 10, so I enter my 10 value in there, and then it's basically top N, so it's based on percent gain loss, so it's going to choose the top 10 in this case every single day. And so if I just go ahead and run that now, and the amount of data that I have here, just let's verify, in my list I'm looking at 10 years worth of data, so that's what I want to use. I'm just going to hit run in here. So it's going through all 10 years every single day, picking out the top 10 percentage gainers, and then it's put it into this spreadsheet down here, which is a grid. You could click on each individual one of these and see how it performed, and you could scroll back through the history to see all 10 years. It starts at in May of let's see it starts in 2014. Yeah, there we go. June 16th 2014 was the very first day there. So we don't really need to do anything more with this because we have the list now, and now we want to do a test to see what happened with these symbols. If you consider that this is now a list of entry signals, and every single day you've got different entry signals, some days of course the same thing appears in here, and if you just hover over these stocks, if the same symbol appears anywhere else in this spreadsheet, it will highlight. So for instance here, VIGL appears on 6/6/24 and 6/5/24. So that's a very quick way of just seeing if things start to appear in this list, if they continue to appear. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they're one-offs. So then I just go over to the trade simulation to actually run a simulation, and I will select the settings over here in the trade simulation settings. I'll choose to trade on the long side, the event bar on close. So this is one of the tests that I did. So after the event has occurred, I wanted to enter the trade. I want to hold for only 1 day and exit on the event bar on close. So if a 1 day hold means that it's going to actually just hold that overnight and then exit at the close of the next day. And then in my portfolio rules, I set up in here basically the settings in here. So I chose to exit on last bar, doesn't really matter, we're running 10 years, so the last bar of data doesn't really mean anything. I'm going to use dollars per trade of 10,000, and that's it. So yeah, so we'll just hit run on here and see what sort of trades we get. We should get the whole from June of 2014, which we do, and so all the trades are here in order. of entry. So on the 16th of June 2014, there were 10 trades. Then on the 17th, there were 10 more trades. So these trades only lasted one day, as you can see. Entry on 6/16, exit on 6/17, gives you the close price. So we can basically go through this whole list and just look at where the entries and the exits were for these trades. Because I'm looking at the very beginning of the time period for the stocks that I have available in that 10 years, you're always going to see them over on the left hand side. If we scroll somewhere towards the middle, then we're seeing these trades occur in the middle of the chart. So here's one, for instance, Riot. So we can zoom into that, and we can see Riot in this case exactly as we expected, that we had a large up move that made it into the top 10 gainers in this Russell 2000, and then it was held and sold the following day, and that would have been a loss. So this trade list is going to be showing a loss for this particular trade, 15% loss. Okay, so anyway, the trade simulation will total up all of the trades in here, and it will give you an overall distribution of the trades. We can zoom in on that distribution to make that a little clearer to see. There we go. And we can look at the summary, tell us how many trades were winners, how many were losers, etc. And then we can look at the daily equity, which is the plot that I showed in the webinar. And for daily equity, it's best to turn off daily index and just look at the equity chart. And I also like to plot SPY over here and click get data, and then SPY will appear in gray behind the actual equity of this strategy. So then the test that was, I did two other tests. This was a close to close test. The other test was, the other two tests were close to open, just holding overnight. And then the other test was open of the following day to close of that same day. So I'll show, let's see, we'll do the overnight hold. So that would be entering on the close of the day, and then 1 day hold, and then exiting next bar open. And all I have to do is just change that setting there, then hit run again, and it will just run everything, and then we get this new plot. That's how that worked out. And then if you wanted to do the open of the following day to the close of that same day, you would make your entry bar the next bar on open, and you would make your exit bar so it's a 1 day hold, and you say event bar on close, and off we go. And then that's the picture for that. So those are the three charts that they appeared exactly in this way when I did the webinar. So anyone can run this on their copy of EdgeRater and play around with different settings, maybe choose fewer or more trades, choose different symbol lists, and see how that simulation is playing out. So that's it. Have fun with it. See you next time.